The Central Pacific faced a labor crisis. The company wanted white workers, but too few showed up, and the ones who did tended to abandon the job at the first rumor of a gold strike. So in 1864, construction boss Charles Crocker authorized a trial. He hired a small group of Chinese workers. Their performance exceeded expectations in every way, and the company scaled up fast. By 1867, Chinese workers made up about 90% of the Central Pacific's construction workforce, somewhere between 10 and 20,000 men, most of them from the Pearl River Delta in southern China. These workers did the most dangerous work on the entire line. They hand-drilled blast holes into solid granite in the Sierra Nevada tunnels, sometimes advancing as little as a foot a day through the hardest rock. They were lowered in wicker baskets over sheer cliffs to place explosives. As many as 1,200 of them may have died during construction, and they were paid roughly 30 to 50% less than white workers with no company-provided food or housing. Here is one of the most haunting facts about them. A major Stanford research project, the Chinese Railroad Workers in North America project, spent years searching archives on both sides of the Pacific. They found not a single diary or personal letter written by these workers during construction. Pay was funneled through Chinese labor bosses, so the company never even recorded most of the workers' names. The men who built the railroad were rendered, quite literally, nameless, but they were not passive. In June of 1867, about 2,000 Chinese workers walked off the job in the largest labor strike in the United States up to that point. They demanded equal pay with white workers, an 8-hour day in the tunnels, and limits on dangerous explosives. The railroad's response was ruthless. It cut off their food supply, forcing them back to work after about 8 days. They didn't win equal pay, but conditions improved, and the strike set a precedent of organized Chinese resistance. After completion, these workers were erased. The famous Golden Spike photograph at Promontory includes not a single Chinese face. A century later, at the railroad's 100th anniversary, a U.S. cabinet secretary praised it as a uniquely American feat, asking who else but Americans could drill those tunnels, apparently unaware that the men who drilled them were barred by law from becoming American citizens. Historians now call them the Silent Spikes, and recovering their story is one of the most important corrections in California history.